أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله.
This azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Ahmed Suleiman with Geared Up on Salam Radio 106.2 FM, and a warm welcome to you in Luton listening via Inspire FM 105.1. You're all very welcome. Geared Up is your monthly motoring show, and I'm with my co-driver Akeel Khalil, bringing you an hour of chat on everything and anything motoring related. As always, Salam Radio is not just 106.2 FM. Of course, you can listen online at salamradio.co.uk. You can tune in on the TuneIn app or on the iPhone or Android app, of course. And our live shows, including this one, is also broadcast live on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. In today's show, Peterborough is the electric vehicle capital of the UK, would you believe it? Plus, electric car charging suppliers come together with a single subscription service. This is major news for any EV owners out there, and those that might be interested in electric vehicles as well. Also, after the break, touchscreens in cars. Should buttons be totally killed off? All that, our usual quiz question, an opinion question that we've been getting responses from on social media, plus the latest car news from our resident car guru, Ali. That was a rather abrupt ending there, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I wasn't quite expecting that. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Akeel. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam.
Good. I think that's a longer intro than usual.
Like you said, it was. I was waiting for something else to happen just then, but yeah.
It's just. I don't think we've ever got to the end of our intro music. Oh. First time for everything.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I'm okay. Yourself?
Alhamdulillah. How's your week been?
Okay. Yourself?
It's very formal from you. I'm not used to it. Why have you turned so formal?
It's because of the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's thrown me a little.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Listen, welcome as always for a month ago, bro. We did this. Geared Up. It doesn't seem that long ago.
Oh, it's just flown by.
It has flown by.
It's going to be Christmas soon.
Yes, let's not talk about that just yet. That's crazy. Listen, we mentioned the quiz question, and our quiz question before we get into our first topic is: what unit is used to measure torque? What unit is used to measure torque? And you can let us know.
Text or WhatsApp 07745 278 978. This is Salam Radio.
That's the number to let us know what you think the unit is used to measure torque. Well, of course, as usual, let you know the answer to that at the end of the show. But first of all, Brother Akeel, what about this news? It's a little bit old now, but it was stuck out to me when I was researching for the show, and I know it did you as well. But Peterborough is officially the electric vehicle capital of the UK. This is off the back of a new report by Compare the Market that looked at a number of electric vehicles on UK roads and found that Peterborough came out on top, percentage-wise, with 5.17, very accurate, % of vehicles on city roads being electric. The next highest was Birmingham at 2.21%, so a significant difference there, about 3%.
Yep.
Followed by Stirling, Portsmouth and Leeds. And the figures show that residents in Peterborough own 210,167 vehicles, of which 10,866 are electric.
And counting. Yes, it's a staggering number, isn't it?
I was actually really surprised by that.
Yes, that's right.
I think what's more surprising is obviously that it's surprising that Peterborough is now, based on those numbers, the official electric vehicle capital of the UK. But when you read that almost 11,000 vehicles are electric in Peterborough, I would never have guessed that figure.
That's right. Yeah. No. But you do see them around.
You do.
You do. But as other manufacturers, more than Tesla.
Yeah.
So you do see other vehicles around. You've seen a lot of cars with the E letter on them now
Yes.
around Peterborough. As you know, we've both driven EV cars.
We have.
And had the experience of EV charging in the city.
And a pleasant experience it was.
Yeah, it was. And, it's in very convenient places.
Yeah.
In town, for example, you can park for free.
Yes, you can.
Do you remember I was telling you you have to have an app?
That's right.
To do that. But yeah, the council car parks and such.
What is that? Behind the back of the town hall, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
There's a few bays there.
Yeah, and then within that car park as well, and I think it's a Haven car park the other side, Park Road as well, all around town. There are spots,
and Queensgate as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know about Queensgate itself. I don't know if they're going to be adding any. But one thing that I have noticed is that when I was travelling around the UK over the last few months, a lot of the major cities, they have charging points in their shopping centres. So again, it's another way of people being the convenience, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I know we've touched on this topic before, but it just seems apt to do it again now. Do you think enough is being done to attract potential EV buyers to take the plunge? Do you think there's enough shopping centre EV charging, motorway EV charging?
No. I don't. I still think there's still a long way to go.
Right.
It is. If you look at, there's apps like, I think it's a Zap Map, I think it's called.
Yeah, there's quite a bunch of them.
You'll see on there, once you put in your some details, you'll find that there are quite a lot of places. There's 12 charging points, I believe, in Peterborough.
But going back to Queensgate, there are EV charging points in Queensgate car park.
Are there?
Yeah, but I just don't know whether they're free or not.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're there.
Okay.
They've been there for quite some time.
Oh, right, okay. Right,
Yeah.
I mean, not all of the charging points are free. Some
No.
you have to pay for.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not expensive. You can go on a monthly subscription or a one-off charge.
Yeah.
But if you're using apps like ZapMap, where you can plan your journey, you put in your vehicle, and it will tell you, what kind of connection you have, and where you can go. And what's really cool about this as well, and this bodes well for the future, is when you're planning your journey, before you leave the office or something like that, or if you're going to go on a food shopping or something in town, you can see whether that charging point is free or not.
Right.
As in terms of no one's using it.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can go there, park for free, do what you need to do, and come back. I don't think the infrastructure is still there. I think it's certainly expanding. And that's why I was surprised to see that Peterborough was the number one city in the UK with the highest number. I actually thought it would have been something like London.
You think so?
Yeah, that's right.
Especially with the the what you call it, congestion charge, and the ULEV, right?
That's right. Yeah,
ultra low emissions vehicles.
Correct.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So with that being cancelled out, no charges. That you'd think there'd be far more people wanting to purchase EVs in London.
Yes, and you do see the. Have you seen the EV Hackney cab?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we've seen them in London, haven't we?
Yeah, but there's also one in Peterborough.
There's actually more, I think there's 2 or 3
now. Oh, is
now.
there 2 now?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 or 3.
And when I first saw it, I was like, okay, wow. Okay, so it goes to show you that things are moving.
Yeah.
Although I didn't expect them to be as much or as fast as they are in Peterborough, which is it's really good. It's a pleasant surprise.
It is good. So the Department for Transport figures showed in 2018 the number of registered plug-in vehicles in the city increased by 20%. So it's a
staggering number.
It is a staggering number, but doesn't it tie in with the age-old title now of Peterborough being the environment capital of the UK? So the fact that it's the electric vehicle capital of the UK ties in nicely with that title.
It does, yes. I think what we should also stress here as well, these figures are not only pure EV cars.
No.
It's going to include plug-ins as well,
that's right.
which are really popular.
Yeah.
So you have diesel plug-ins and you have petrol plug-ins.
Yeah.
But look, that's another way of adoption, isn't it?
Of course.
Where you do not have is it mileage anxiety or something it's called?
Yeah, range anxiety.
Range anxiety, right?
In a way, it's a kind of a good way to ease yourself into the EV world, right?
It is, yes, because you get best of both worlds, don't you?
Well, yeah, in a sense you do, because you also get in the habit of charging your vehicle, but then also you know that after you've done your 20, 30 miles range that you get with most plug-in hybrids, right, then you've got the petrol, the diesel.
Yes, and essentially the reason why the range on a plug-in is so low is because the average Joe doesn't do more than 25 miles a day, really. If you think about it, if you're going to work and home and maybe one of the things, then you come back into charging again. So effectively driving for free, well, cheaper, shall I say?
Yeah.
And then still having your petrol engine to have fun in.
So yeah, that's true. So in stark contrast, I was doing some research recently on the Tesla Model 3. I know a gentleman in Peterborough who's recently purchased one as well. And if you get the long range model, we're talking real world 340 miles thereabouts range.
Yeah, and I believe that particular car has 375 mile range total.
Okay.
But like you said, real world, that's really impressive.
It's very impressive because most petrol cars, some petrol cars I should say, will do that range on a full tank.
Correct. And I think the other thing as well to add is unless you're doing launch control constantly in that Model S, then it's going to decrease quite quickly. But even then, I've read reports about that particular car. Even if you're showing off to your friends or whatever you're doing, you're still going to get probably up to 50 miles more, even if you were doing it in a petrol. So it's certainly happening. I'll tell you what's boosted this even more so, especially in my mind, and I'm sure it is for people who are thinking about it or already using this. So before I had no idea about EV until I had a few cars and downloaded the app. So you needed a different app for the charging stations in town and a different one outside. So I had a few apps on my phone.
Yeah.
And now with the major electric news about
it's big news.
It is. Charging suppliers agree on a single subscription service.
Yeah.
This is huge.
It's massive.
This is gonna be so convenient. You have one app, you have one subscription that's going to work across multiple different companies.
Yeah.
You pay for that one subscription, which will work not just in this countries but Nordic countries as well.
Yes.
Right. And it's the convenience of it all. It carries all the way through seamlessly.
And it does, and because there were a lot of disparate apps out there that you would need to subscribe to, sign in, pay to be able to use them. So it's actually 9 firms that have come together. So these are Allego, EV Box, New Motion, Charge for Europe, ChargeMap, ChargePoint, Engenie, or is it Engenie? Engenie.
I read it as Engenie.
Okay, yeah. Franklin Energy and Travel Card. So they'll not only allow drivers, as you say, to pay for their services via one subscription, but will also share charging station information with one another so users can see which charge points are free and how much it would cost to charge at each one.
I'll tell you what really caught my eye as well is that with that one subscription, you can drive from the UK to Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland on the same subscription.
Yeah, that's
just brilliant.
For me, that is a very attractive offering.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And you see, if you put these all these elements together, right, and then you have the push towards, it's still very cheap to charge anyway, compared to if you were using, diesel or petrol.
Yeah.
So there is a push, and they're trying. I still think because it's Peterborough still isn't it's growing. The infrastructure is playing catch up still. This is why it surprised me when we saw these numbers, but it's very pleasant.
It is pleasant. What I like about this single subscription offering, and has it kicked in yet, or is it going to be launched?
I think it's going to be.
Yeah. What I particularly like is that it will create a more joined up, consumer friendly system that could make EVs more desirable, right? Because some people think there's not enough charging points. Am I going to reach my destination and back? And then I've got to have this app, that app, this app. The whole thing should prove to be a much more joined up experience, because right now it's a very inconsistent experience from a customer's perspective.
The buying,
the buying of it. Yeah. Although,
that's if you use in public. If you, if you're only ever going to be driving locally, then your home charge should be sufficient.
Yeah, absolutely, which is fine. But real world, I mean, you're not always going to be. I mean, some people only use their electric vehicles locally. I know that some i3 owners do that. They only use them within like cities. BMW i3, but for me, if I'm going to go down the EV route, and I know I've talked to you about this, I might actually do that in my next vehicle. If I go down the EV route, I need to make sure that I can get around. I mean, long distance.
And you will. You'd be surprised about how when you start doing long journeys and you're traveling outside of the city, it's you can definitely map your whole route without any issues whatsoever. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Let me know your thoughts, what you think of this topic of Peterborough being the vehicle capital of the UK, and also, crucially, the 9 firms coming together. Would it sway you into buying a electric vehicle? Let us know your thoughts.
To get involved, call 01733 602 133. This is Salam Radio.
So the big question, Brother Akeel, let me ask you. I know you're obviously a very avid car fanatic, right? Very knowledgeable, mashallah. But are you in a position to start seriously considering purchasing an electric vehicle?
Probably a plug-in.
But not a full EV?
No, not full-in. I think it's going to... Until I feel the infrastructure is in place, then no. And I'll tell you the other thing as well is I still want a combustion engine.
A combustion engine. Yeah. The sound of a combustion. Yeah. You're old school.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, maybe 10 years from now things will be different. But I mean, me and you specifically have recently experienced some amazing times
we have.
We have, haven't we? Yeah. And that sound and so on and so forth all going together. And obviously, because it's plug-in as well, it's less harmful to the environment.
Of course.
So I think on a personal level, I'm still waiting for the infrastructure to be where it needs to be.
I think I'm further ahead than you on the thought process, and I'll tell you what's swinging it for me. So I agree with everything you've just said, because we're very similar wavelengths when it comes to vehicles. But when I see a 3.2 second 0 to 60 on a Tesla Model 3, which is far more affordable electric vehicle than say 2 years ago, and a range of, if you get the long range vehicle, 340 real world, it starts to become a realistic option. And I know for some people who love speed, they're going to... That 3.2 second 0 to 60 is going to be a driver for a lot of people, bro.
Is that what's driving you then?
It's part of it is. Seriously, it's a family vehicle, fairly practical. You've got a trunk and a frunk, which is the front trunk, right? Quote the Americanism. Decent passenger space.
Yeah.
And it's got supercar 0 to 60 time.
Yes, but I mean that's just. I've read quite a few reviews about it.
Yeah, and, as have I.
The handling is supposed to be one of the issues that it has. Handling and brakes.
Bro, did you happen to see a show? I think it might have been Top Gear with Chris Harris.
Okay.
And he drove the Model 3 up against the Alfa Romeo.
I saw it.
What was it? Whatever you call it. Quadrifoglio.
Folio, yeah.
Yeah. And it was
on a par with the
Alfa.
But I agree with you. I understand what you're saying.
The handling, I've not read too many bad reports about the handling, but I'm talking about the performance model, which has got the lowered suspension and the performance.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Performance S, I think it's called. Yeah.
So I've not read anything too negative. What have you read?
They should have upgraded the brakes and the handling should be better. No, but it's not enough to carve that power.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you put that to one side, like you said, if you put all those elements to one side, you still do have a car with awesome technology. Apparently, you can park it and play a racing sim with the steering wheel. Yeah, I mean, what an experience that would be.
And do you know what they've just released now? It's
like
Smart Summon. Have you heard about Smart Summon?
Tell me.
So the summon it used to have before was that you would summon it and it would literally come and then you'd stop it when it's near you. But now with Smart Summon, it will find you in a car park. It will find you.
That's cool.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? And it will avoid traffic and everything. It will just
totally illegal, but yeah.
Totally illegal.
Yeah. You need to have in this country you need to have a driver behind the wheel.
Good point, well made.
Yeah. Although as gimmicks go, that's cool.
But see, I don't see it as a gimmick.
Yeah.
In countries where it's legal,
tell me.
How is that a gimmick?
Which country would it be illegal?
No, I'm saying
illegal.
If it was legal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that is really cool party trick, isn't it? It's one that you want to show your friends. Say, look, check this out.
I'm seeing it more than a party trick. It's a convenience. Imagine you're in a car park. You come out of a shopping centre.
Yeah, right. The car it's like Kit, right? Knight Rider.
Imagine it's like a valet service without a driver.
Brilliant. You really thought about this?
I have.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I don't see it as a gimmick or a party trick. I see it as a feature that all EV vehicles should have.
From this moment forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think every car should have it now, you said it.
No, because it wouldn't work with combustion engines.
It's clever, though, isn't it?
It is clever.
Very clever.
It's so clever.
Yeah.
And of course, do you know it costs £5,800 to get full self-driving capability on a Tesla Model 3? That is an optional extra.
Sounds. I was waiting for you to say, and that's a bargain, brother.
Well, if it was legal, if it was fully legal and you could do it, and it's full drive, so it will stop at junctions, it will read traffic signs and adhere to them.
Yeah.
Full self-driving, £5,800.
Wow.
Just imagine if it was legal and you had that option and you're on a long journey, right? Let's say it uses all the range, 340-mile journey,
okay,
right? And you get tired, just sit back and chill, let it drive. I don't think we're taking advantage of technology that's out there, and I know Elon Musk feels the same way.
Oh, okay.
So me and Elon Musk were like that. I'm currently crossing my fingers for those that are listening on radio. So just a reminder. Sorry, I've omitted to remind what our quiz question is, which you came up with, didn't you, Brother Akeel?
I did.
What unit is used to measure torque? That's torque, Torque, not TALK, because that would be what? Decibels.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was waiting for an answer. You left me hanging.
Like always.
What unit is used to measure torque? If you think you know, please let us know. WhatsApp or text.
Text or WhatsApp 07745 278 978. This is Salam Radio.
After the break, just a reminder, we are going to be switching topics and talking about touchscreens in cars. Should buttons be totally killed off? It's a contentious subject, actually.
It is, yeah.
But we're not going on to that just yet, just teasing ahead on that one. And also we're going to be asking a question, which you can start messaging in now. What do you feel was the hardest part of your driving test? What do you feel was the hardest part of your driving test? I remember that, actually, and I'll come on to that myself. Then, of course, we're going to make time for our resident car guru, Ali, who's going to give us updates on the latest car news and more. But, we need to just finish off this electric vehicle piece. I have seen far more electric vehicles on the road. I don't know if I'm just looking out for them or you just notice that, like you said, that little E. But there certainly seems to be a lot more of them on the roads. And one thing I have noticed is they tend to be, and it's just my opinion, what I've seen, middle-aged people that are driving electric vehicles. I haven't seen youngsters. I haven't seen old people.
Middle-aged people.
Middle-aged.
And depending on the vehicle itself, a lot of company cars.
Yeah, well, think about the the tax benefits.
Yeah, so a lot of like BMW 520Es or 530Es or Golf Es or Nissan Leafs and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I've not personally been looking at the drivers much. I've been looking at the car because some of the new ones that are coming out look quite funky.
Yeah.
But that said, some of the traditional car manufacturers, their sports versions of the electric cars also look really cool.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
You know.
Okay, so let me put you on the spot now. Right, I'm going to hold you to something to see if you'll respond. If you had to buy an electric vehicle tomorrow, if you had no choice, and your company, your boss said, or the whatever admin team said, you have to now have a company vehicle, and it has to be a full EV.
Ooh,
A full EV.
Oh, why not a plug-in?
No, a full EV. What would you go with?
A full EV. So Porsche are releasing a...
Is that the Taycan?
That's it. Remember, we went to Amsterdam, right?
Yes.
That car.
Oh, which was then called the Mission E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd get that.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
You said you didn't...
No, I'm just saying it's a lot of money. I'm not saying you can't have it in this hypothetical world situation.
It's now become hypothetical.
Yeah, it's hypothetical. This is not real world, bro.
Oh.
Don't get excited.
Oh, well.
But how much is the Taycan? Do we know?
It's 6 figures.
Is it 6 figures?
Yeah, at least. But if you were to say to me right now to walk out the studio and have an plug-in, I'd get a BMW X5 745.
Yeah, but I didn't ask that question.
I'm just putting it out there.
No, listen. Let's just talk about you test drove for a good few days a 745E.
Oh, so I was supposed to have an X5. What was it? It was a I've got it's gone out of my mind. 45E, right?
Yeah.
So, but I had a petrol I, which gave me everything I need to know what the E was going to be like.
Yes.
Remember? But the 745E,
the
BMW M745E is the
plug-in hybrid.
Brilliant car.
It was amazing.
It's like 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
There was nothing to fault. The technology inside the car, the power is like 400 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
The handling, the looks, just the way it handled itself.
The looks were amazing. What was the EV range on that?
So just like every other E that I've had plug-in, it claimed like 27, but you were getting like 23.
It's normally between 20 and 30, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Red, you'll get 30.
Yeah, because I had a Mercedes 300 DE.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first diesel EV that I've had.
And that was an amazing car.
That had 317 brake horsepower.
It's crazy.
And the EV range was the same.
Yeah.
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 So, like I said, they're designed for you to drive around in this locally, essentially on electric.
Let's just make sure we've got the backs of our petrol heads out there, right? Because let's talk about the X5 X40i X-Drive that you test drove for a few days, right? That was an amazing vehicle, and I think we need to just talk about, because this is a car show designed for everyone, right? And we need to talk about the launch control capabilities of that X5 X40. No, the X5 40i.
Yeah, there's something to be said about a vehicle that weighs over 2 tons that does 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and then you use launch control.
Yeah,
and it was essentially it was like a slingshot, wasn't it?
It was.
It was vicious.
I've never experienced anything like it.
No.
For such a heavy vehicle, practical vehicle, can carry 5 passengers. Seven, 7 passengers, and a bit of luggage. Yeah. It was just, it was quite a surreal thing.
It was.
Because it was a pure petrol, 335 brake horsepower, very heavy vehicle, silky smooth, sounded amazing.
Oh my God, the sound.
Yeah. But it just flew.
It did, and it just and you have to experience it, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
It was an amazing experience, and launch control in over a 2-ton car is something special. I recommend it.
Absolutely.
Be safe.
Always be safe, and if you are going to do 0 to 60, stay at 60. Stay at 60, unless of course it's a dual carriageway. You can go up to 70.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Stay safe, be legal.
Yeah.
Stick to the rules.
Wear your belt.
Yeah, we don't want you going down to some Holiday Inn for a speed awareness course like I had to do once.
Really?
Yeah, tut.
Oh,
it was terrible. Oh, worst 3.5 hours of my life.
Wow.
Awful.
Have you learnt something from it?
Yeah, I learnt to drive home safely after that, and then I was back to my normal ways afterwards. I've got to be honest.
Well, you mean using Waze again, were you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thanks for saving me.
Okay.
We'll be back after the break. Please stay tuned. We've got lots more to come after the break. Inshallah. This is Geared Up on Salam Radio 106.2 FM.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
There's a million choices available for dining out in Leeds.
But if you want something special, there's only one name to remember.
Mumtaz Leeds.
Relax in our newly refurbished Riverside restaurant.
Enjoy exquisite home cooking from our brand new menu. Upgrade to the Mumtaz Leeds experience.
And the price? Well, we're better value than ever before.
Mumtaz Leeds, Chadwick Street, Leeds, LS10 1PJ. Call 0113 242 4211.
Free car parking available.
कोई रत्ती कमीज़ानी लमाना मारे मामा मिठिया में चीज़ानी।
मेरा नाम मुकद्दस है और कोट मेरा घर है और ये मेरे लिए किसी जन्नत से कम नहीं। हमारे भी कुछ ख्वाब हैं जिनकी ताबीर को हमें पाना है।
आइए इन बच्चों के ताबनाक मुस्तकबिल के लिए अपना हिस्सा डालिए। अपनी ज़कात, सदकात, खैरात और इमदाद कोट को दीजिए।
UK नंबर 0300 123 7774। वेबसाइट court.org.uk।
Gems and jewels, wise sayings, interesting events, and moral lessons from Islamic history. Sustenance.
Among the signs of faith is that one does not look to please others and incur Allah's anger in that process. One avoids praising others for the sustenance that they have received from Allah, the Exalted, and also refrains from blaming others for sustenance that he has not received from Allah the Exalted. Allah's distribution of provision is not increased for a recipient by the amount of greed or ambition that he shows, nor is it blocked by his hate or envy. Allah, in His infinite justice, grants provision and contentment for those with strength of faith and satisfaction with what is divinely ordained. Likewise, misery and discontent are for those that live with doubt and anger. Let us be satisfied with His will.
I felt close to you. Everything fell apart the moment I strayed from you. Then each smile in every single
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Geared Up on Salam Radio 106.2 FM, and a warm welcome to you as well in Luton on 105.1 Inspire FM. If you've just joined us, you've joined us at a very opportune time because we have got a lot to talk about. You have missed our conversation all around electric vehicles and the fact that Peterborough is the electric vehicle capital of the UK. Can't believe it. And our quiz question, what unit is used to measure torque? What unit is used to measure torque? I'll put you out of your misery towards the end of the show, but I'm also asking you as well, what do you feel was the hardest part of your driving test? We'd really like to know and get you. You can call in as well if you want, but if not, you can just text or WhatsApp on this number.
Text or WhatsApp 07745 278 978. This is Salam Radio.
Now, before we talk about our next topic, Brother Akeel, which is touchscreens in cars, should buttons be totally killed off? Before we get into that, I am going to read out a few responses from social media, because I put the question out, what do you feel was the hardest part of your driving test, earlier this week? And a few people, and I will name them, have come out with some amazing responses. So Richard Ferris, the centre manager here at the Alam Iqbal Centre, he said the hardest part was trying to disguise the fact that I'd driven out of the test centre with the handbrake on.
Brilliant.
He only realised when he went to stop on a hill and the handbrake was already on, but he did pass that test.
Brilliant.
Amazing. I said to him, I had a chat with him earlier about this, and I said to him that it just goes to show how old the car was that you were driving, or how long ago the test was, because back then handbrakes in cars were really not that great. Do you remember?
Mm.
Oh, you're too young. You wouldn't know. You're just a nipper.
Yeah, well, people were using their gears, weren't they, to try and
Yeah,
stop? Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Leave it parked in first.
Yeah.
Or turn the wheels towards the curb. You heard of that one?
Vaguely.
Yeah, so it'll stop it rolling.
Yeah.
Forwards or backwards. Okay, so Samantha Stokes said she was asked to do the classic parallel parking. She did it and sat waiting for her next instruction. The examiner said, "You're supposed to be leaving the car in a parked position." So I shuffled it back and forth to budge it in a bit, and when I went to drive off, I realised that the handbrake was on, but I still passed. That's another one, left handbrake on.
Wow.
Azam Ali Chowdhury said passing was easy. Striking up a conversation with the examiner was a different matter.
Yeah.
I never actually remember striking up, I was too nervous.
Really?
But I did pass first time, thought I'd throw that in there. Shazad Ali said he took 3 lessons, passed first time. Theory, on the other hand, I failed first time by 1 mark, and that was because I hadn't opened the revision book beforehand. I see. Childhood mistake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easily done. Who else have we got? We've got Abdul Star saying passing it was the hardest part. Failing was the easy part. He did that 5 times. Keeping concentration during the test was difficult. After failing the first 3 times, it got personal. I was not going to give up. I passed on my 6th attempt, concentrated hard, made sure I drank plenty of water beforehand. Alhamdulillah. The failures weren't anything major, just little things. For example, on my 2nd test, as I came out of the test centre to begin my test, I didn't look left, which was a dead end. A bit of land, about 10 metres, which was fenced off. I failed for not looking in case during the 20 minutes I had waited for the test, they'd built a 4-lane motorway there.
Oh my God.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Paul Bailey, who lives in Moscow, used to live in King's Lynn, said the hardest part was the pressure from the family tradition of passing first time.
Ooh,
Thankfully, I did.
That's pressure. That is pressure.
You know, it's all the first timers like to throw that up there. They pass first time.
Yeah, you're looking at one as well, mate.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you passed last week, didn't you?
A couple of hours ago, actually.
A couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Shokat Ali said, don't know what all the fuss is about, never even took a driving lesson with a qualified driving instructor, and I passed first time.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Our friend Faisal Mahmood. You want to hear about this?
Who's that?
Who's that? I haven't seen him for ages.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
He started driving at 14.
Yeah.
And learned all the bad habits like driving with one hand on the wheel. Hardest bit was doing a 3-point turn when I know in the back of my mind I could have done a 1-point turn using the handbrake. I took 3 tests in the space of 2 months and I was 3rd time lucky. I'm certain the examiner didn't like me. I had the same guy all 3 times.
Ooh.
And on a serious note, on my 2nd test, I had another person sitting in the back examining the examiner. That made it difficult. That for me was the hardest part.
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who's had an examiner marking the examiner, as it were.
We've got an examiner marking us tonight.
Yeah, we have actually. We're going to bring him on in a little while. Yeah. Abid Shah from Leicester, Assalamu alaikum, Abid said, resisting the urge to start banter with the examiner was the hardest part. I tried to converse with her, but she didn't seem interested. I'm not sure how she would have responded to jokes. Glenn Jones, the lovely Glenn Jones, BBC Cambridge, said the waiting for it. That was the hardest part, hoping it was going to be a friendly examiner. We've got Imtiaz Ali, our very own Imtiaz, said, I failed my first test, sat my 2nd test 3 years later, and was shocked when I saw I had the same examiner. I said, you failed me last time, to which she replied, no I didn't, you failed you last time.
Oh, brilliant.
Fortunately, I didn't make the same mistake again and managed to pass. And our very own station manager, shout out to Michelle, Sister Michelle, she says, you don't join me on the shout.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
She just sat there staring at me with some sort of serial killer eyes.
Wow.
I have no idea what's going on.
Serial killer
I'm
eyes.
saying to you, shout out to our station manager, you sat there look. What was that? What was that?
Range anxiety.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sister Michelle says, thank you. Nice for the good comeback. I arrived at the test centre and realised I'd forgotten my driving licence. My instructor raced through town like Lewis Hamilton to get me home and back to the test centre on time for my test. I was stressed out, but passed first time.
Oh, well done.
Well done indeed. Thank you for all those and some really good responses on social media. If you remember what your hardest part of the driving test was, whether it's theory or practical, please do let us know. 01733 602 133 is always our studio number, or 07745 278 978.
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate that. Right, let's move on. Touchscreens in cars, Brother Akeel.
Yes.
Should buttons be totally killed off? Look around most car showrooms and you'll see premium models with interiors rammed full of touchscreens. Persistent switchgear is out, and ever-expanding screens inviting us to prod and swipe are in. The technology isn't new. It's been in our smartphones, tablets, and even kitchen hobs for a while now, but it's becoming the norm for high-end car interiors. And I'm not sure that's such a good thing. What's your opinion?
Well, as you know, we've been driving and seen a lot of the very high-end cars, haven't we?
We have.
What we have seen is there is, excuse me, a virtual cockpit.
Yep.
And then you have a touchscreen. Although Mercedes have no touchscreen in the cars. Remember the cars that we've been in?
Yes.
They were the only one that didn't. Audis and BMW do. However, BMW have simply got the best heads-up display.
Yeah,
even better than Volvos as well.
Yeah, and I just think their iDrive system
it's the best.
And you can do touchscreen if you want, or you can use the iDrive controller.
That's right. So for me, I think buttons, there should always be some sort of physical way to interact with the system.
Yeah.
There's a few issues actually here. So previously, before we went to a totally touchscreen environment, all the menus and things you needed to get to were quite simple. Now there's a lot of things you can do in your car.
Right.
When you're traveling, it's not just changing the music, putting an address in for sat nav,
sure,
or changing the climate and so on and so forth. Now there's different types of experience modes you can have in a car.
Yeah.
But they can be hidden within sub-menus.
Right.
Right. So if you're driving along, it's dangerous to be in a sub-menu when you should be looking in front of you.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Are you with me? So there's too many things to do.
Yeah.
And I think one of the ways to combat this would be potentially certain features should be, you can only activate them when you're stationary.
Right, but there are some limitations.
Yeah,
like that.
but not as much as you think. So I think some of the big manufacturers, what they've done, like for example Mercedes and BMW, certainly they've got a lot of controls on the steering wheel, which match what you would ordinarily do with your left hand, for example.
Right.
But what I've noticed, and you saw yourself with the BMW as well, was almost everything was voice activated, and also gesture control.
For the volume as such.
Not just that, it was phone calls, it was changing the tracks, you just needed to just wave your hand and the car was doing all these things. I think touchscreens themselves, in themselves, actually you are going to be looking away from the screen, from the road to try and do certain things. So I think physical buttons, there need to be physical buttons.
I 100% agree. I like physical buttons, but probably for the very different reasons. Right?
Okay.
And I'm going to show my age again, once again.
Here he goes.
Yeah. First of all, from a safety aspect, I think when you have tactile buttons to touch and you kind of get used to where the button is, it's easy, and you sometimes can do it without even looking, right? Especially at night time.
Yeah.
Even though they are illuminated, you can just kind of feel where it is. But my biggest bugbear about touchscreens, you must know me. You must know what
I know what you're going to say.
Go on.
It's the fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
It's right. It's right. So they become filthy, don't they?
Yes.
And if you don't clean them, it's hard to see what you're trying to do, especially during the day.
Yeah.
Right. But there's another issue with touchscreens. Is if you're driving, you're just solely concentrating on the road, and if you're doing thousands of miles a week, right? Yeah. And if you're not, let's just say you're driving down the road, you can easily miss the point where you're trying to touch something and it doesn't happen, so you look away.
Yes.
Right, so I think essentially what should happen is, as a driver, everything should be natural, where things should all be. But the screens are becoming wider.
Yeah.
In one of the cars that I had recently, it was a Mercedes C300 AMG. The steering wheel, part of the steering wheel was covering part of the screen, so you had to look slightly to the left to see the screen.
Interesting.
All right, so these are issues. These are design flaws.
Yeah, they are.
Perhaps I think maybe from the stalks and the buttons, there should still be something the driver has to do rather than it all being on touchscreen. Because Audi has almost completely got away with buttons now.
Yes, that's right.
In the high-end cars.
And let's not forget, let's go back to Tesla for a minute. The Tesla Model 3 right now.
Yeah.
It has a couple of physical buttons on the steering wheel that can be configured to do different things.
Yeah.
But it's just one big touchscreen.
That's right, yeah. Like the Volvo XC90 is one big
That's true.
tablet, essentially.
But it did have a few physical buttons.
Yeah.
It did have a few. You know what I can't get my head around? Right, again, here's might be showing my age again, right? We got cars that can park themselves.
Yeah.
We've got cars that can drive themselves. But we can't come up with a coating for touchscreens that doesn't leave fingerprints. Why not?
Ooh, watch this space.
Yeah, no, when I say why not, I'm literally looking for an answer from you.
Okay, well, you can buy gloves. You can get touchscreen gloves.
Actually, you can.
Yeah,
you can.
So, there you go.
Yeah,
Problem solved. Correct.
No, but then again, It's very Alan Partridge-like if you're driving with gloves.
I'm speaking to Alan Partridge right now.
Fair point, well made.
Yeah, thank you.
Armoured Partridge.
Armoured Partridge, brilliant.
Let us know. Let us know if you've got an opinion, please, on touchscreens. Do you love them? Do you loathe them? Should we have them? Should they be ditched? Should it be all physical buttons and dials and knobs and pulleys and all this sort of stuff? Let us know.
Text or WhatsApp 07745 278 978. This is Salam Radio.
It's that time of the show, Brother Akeel, where our little, not so little, resident guru, car guru, I should say. If I say guru, he can talk about anything and get away with it. Joins us for the latest car news. Assalamu alaikum, Ali.
Walaikum salam.
How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm okay.
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do a Bruce Forsyth thing.
No.
Nice
Nothing's going to beat Armoured Partridge tonight.
Armoured Partridge. I think we might do it in the next 15 minutes. So, I think there's quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah.
Is it mostly car releases or general stories? What are you going to kick off with tonight?
Well, I'm going to kick off with a record breaker by Koenigsegg. So we know that Koenigsegg held the 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour record, which was a 32.49 seconds.
So 0 to what?
400
kilometers per hour. Thank you.
Yeah.
0 to 400 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
And a quick math. What is that? I'm going to work it out. You carry on.
16 seconds.
No. I mean in miles per hour.
Oh, right. Probably 255, 260.
Well, if you get this, bro, I'm going to be... Ali, you carry on. I'm working away in the background here.
Yeah, well, my mic's going.
255, 260.
No, you're good.
No, you're there.
Yeah. Okay. September the 23rd, Koenigsegg broke their 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers an hour by 1.8 seconds.
That's phenomenal.
Wow. It was 250 miles an hour.
Wow.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, quick maths.
But it wasn't in the Agera RS, which they used last time. They used it in the Koenigsegg Regera. And the Regera was driven by factory test driver Sonny Persson. It took 22.87 seconds to reach 400 kilometers an hour, which is fast.
Well, which is fast, thank you.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
No, but it is fast. But the thing is, it wasn't an altered Koenigsegg.
Okay.
It was just a production Koenigsegg.
Wow.
Which is good.
Wow,
Yeah.
so it
very
wasn't
good.
even tuned or anything like that?
You should get that.
Yeah.
Which is...
never mind getting in it. I'd get in it with a shoehorn, but I would never get out.
Okay.
I'd have to live
That's
there.
your Partridge
I'd have to
moment.
live there. Yeah, I'd never get out. Ali, can you see me in the Koenigsegg?
I don't know how you'd get in, but...
I've just said
Brilliant!
I've just said that. You'd have to push me, Ali.
Yeah.
One leg pushing me on the thigh, and then... Anyway.
And then you could try that record.
I could try it.
Yeah.
I could try it. Anyway, you carry on. Sorry, Ali.
Yeah, and then it braked at 8.62 seconds. So 400 to 0 was in only 8.62 seconds.
How would your organs stay in your body?
Wow. I totally agree with you. That is punishment.
Mm-hmm.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
How would you? Let's be honest. How would your fecal matter stay in your body?
Yeah, and if you've had a curry before, I mean, you struggle to keep it in.
To be honest, you're going to lose your deposit on that rental.
Yep.
Yes.
Carry on.
Everyone knows Maserati as like the luxury sports car, but not that expensive.
Yeah.
They've got the Ghibli and the Levante, which isn't that good in my views.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but
Disagree.
they announced an electric sports car and a plug-in hybrid SUV.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, so it's to catch up with its competition, basically. And so it's currently planning to make the new sports car a mild hybrid and fully electric with both powertrains.
Wow.
So there'll be like two options. But we will see it in 2020, near the end, so that's quite a long wait.
Yeah.
But the SUV is going to be a new mid-size offering that will most likely use the updated Giorgio platform that will underpin the next...
The what platform?
The Giorgio?
Giorgio?
Yes, and
Great
you
name.
know... The Giorgio.
No, I don't know the Giorgio.
Okay.
Sorry.
And you call yourself a petrolhead.
Wow. Just been dissed by my son.
No, I'm joking.
The pain.
Oh, I can
We've got a first aid kit in here. That cut.
I see your spark plug pop there.
Yeah, it did. I think I need to change my filter as well. Go on, Ellie.
No, but it will underpin the next generation Alfa Romeo Stelvio, which is a great car. I love that car.
That is a really cool car.
Yeah. And the Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is again a good car, but I like the Trackhawk better.
If it's the track, it's tin basically, isn't it?
What?
Yeah. But if it was the Trackhawk, I'd have to have a go in it. It'd be amazing.
If you can get out the Koenigsegg.
Yeah, if I can get out of Koenigsegg, get firemen's round, cutting equipment.
No, I think you'll be fine. Don't worry.
All right. Go on.
But Maserati hasn't mentioned anything about the powertrain, but it is good to assume that will be mild hybrid to go with the competition and all that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now with the lap time from Tesla. I know you're talking about Tesla before in the show.
Yeah.
So Nürburgring, one of the most well-known tracks in motorsport and motoring.
Indeed.
But on September the 19th, around that time, rumours began circling around that Tesla had beaten the lap record set by Porsche's all-electric Taycan.
Wow.
Yeah. And so many people were saying that the lap wasn't officially confirmed, which is true because you have to do it at a certain time, so it can be submitted as an official lap time to beat records.
Okay.
But people thought that the car which lapped the ring wouldn't go into production, but it will. It will be called the Plaid Tesla Model S.
Wow. So is that going to be like the fastest?
Yeah. So it's like a performance.
Okay.
What was the time? Do you know?
Yes, it achieved 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wow.
Compared
But obviously not recorded, though.
Not recorded.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the Taycan's time?
7:42.
Wow, what a
I
difference.
think that's from memory.
What a difference.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But Tesla is saying that with some improvements to the Tesla Model S, 7 minutes and 5 seconds may be possible when it returns next month.
That's insane.
That is... Can you imagine doing the Nürburgring in 7 minutes, essentially?
That is a lot.
Wow.
Well, one of the biggest news articles this month actually, is the Land Rover Defender.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen this new Defender?
No, I haven't.
Bro, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Really?
So
it's a great bit of design.
Okay.
It's literally one of the most long-awaited cars in history.
In history?
So, yeah, so the Defender is one of the most iconic vehicles ever made, but it was discontinued in early 2016, as you know, after decades in production.
Yeah.
But Land Rover / Jaguar promised this would not be the end of the story.
Okay.
A new Defender would rise. But this was a tricky proposition. Could the company design a new version of such a beloved model? Well, I think they have. Have they, Abu?
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah.
They've done it.
Well, today...
I like the way you sought my approval there. Have they, Abu?
No, I was
Abuji, have they?
I was trying to get two opinions.
Fair play.
But...
Great, love it.
But Land Rover's chief design officer, Jerry McGovern, said his team has taken great pains to ensure the new car continues the legacy of the iconic original. So he says, the new Defender is respectful of its past, but is not harnessed by it. He said this is a new Defender for a new age. Its unique personality is accentuated by its distinctive silhouette.
I need to see this.
It just looks
I can't
really
believe
good.
you haven't seen it. Call yourself a petrol head. Yes, it's a car show, right?
I thought it was a rickshaw show.
Can I just say, shout out again, and I'm building up to your enthusiasm
now. Oh my
now.
God! Wow, look at this.
It's amazing. Unfortunately, our listener can't look at it.
Yeah, but I was going to say, is this definitely going to be the final production version?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, that looks awesome.
They've driven them, haven't they?
Yeah.
And the inside's amazing as well. Shout out again to Sister Michelle, our station manager, who has messaged on Facebook saying she's watching. Thank you for watching, Sister Michelle. Wish you were here. All the usual generic compliments. She knows I'm joking. And once again, 0 from Brother Akeel. Our second shout out for Sister Michelle, and you've just remained cool, calm.
You didn't give me a chance to respond. You're just talking.
No respect.
Wow, see,
No respect.
Ali, no respect. No respect.
Oh, you just want me to say Abuji to him as well, don't you? That's what this is. This was the plan.
I was talking to you, Uncle Akeel would have said that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, okay. Good recovery.
Yes.
Right, Ali, come on, swiftly.
So you were talking about the touchscreen article, where are there too many touchscreens? But a startup company called Byton in China...
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Which was founded in 2017 by a group of former BMW and Nissan executives.
Yeah.
They've got experience in the field.
Yeah.
It's called the Byton M-Byte, and it's their first production vehicle, and it comes with huge screens all over the place.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Google it.
So to start with, the Byton M-Byte. So to start with...
How do you spell it?
Sorry, I didn't know we had to educate you.
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah, you got it, yeah? So the M-Byte...
Oh my God, that looks awesome.
It does look awesome.
Yeah.
Look at the interior. But anyway, the M-Byte has just been unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show, and it comes with a 48 48-inch touchscreen, which covers the entirety of the dashboard.
48-inch.
So it goes. So you know the Mercedes, how they have from like kind of the middle console all the way to passenger.
Yeah.
This one is from driver all the way to passenger.
That's crazy.
So it's fully.
You know, all I'm thinking about is fingerprints.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, especially with you as a passenger?
Okay.
Because when we have a laugh, you start slapping the dashboard. Oh, bro, that's hilarious! Slapping it around, and it'll look like cat burglar's night. Been spending his time in the car.
So it says the person who constantly eats at the wheel will have grease all over his fingers, and then
once again,
you don't want to admit all the ketchup that goes all over your dash and stuff. And you just want to say, because I get excited because I'm laughing at my own jokes, and then your dad, he's got mustard all over the place, you know, all this grease all over all this grease all over the stuff, and then he's like thinking to himself, it's all Akeel's fault.
Yeah, but you know what could fix that issue?
Go on.
Full pack of touchscreen gloves.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant. See, back to the gloves.
Yeah.
Back to the gloves.
Gloves are great. Gloves are great. But
we are fast running out of time. You literally got about 2 minutes.
Okay, sorry. So
no, that's not your fault.
Okay.
You just get on with it.
Okay,
I won't cut you off. You got all the time in the world.
Okay, so there's 48.
You go for it.
We're gonna need the AA in a minute.
Yeah.
48-inch touchscreen, but it also comes with another screen in the armrest.
What?
So another screen there.
Is this a car or a showroom of some description?
Yeah, and another screen there, but also another one on the steering wheel. So it's just a full. So instead of buttons, it's just there. So you know where the horn is.
Yeah.
This sounds like a really dangerous car. Can I just?
Does actually.
Yeah.
But why would you have a screen in the armrest? What's that for?
Don't know. I just feel like when you're resting elbow on it, it will just set off Spotify or something.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you probably get elbow as well.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Very good.
What's elbow?
Yeah, you just.
What's elbow? Early ruined my joke. Elbow's a band.
Oh, I thought it was a body part.
Goodness me. Ruined. You thought it was a body part.
It is one.
Yeah.
Just don't think it actually is one.
Eblo. Yeah.
The good thing is that it only starts at around $45,000, which is cheap.
Actually, that is cheap.
Yeah, it's slightly cheaper than the Koenigsegg you're going to buy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is,
I'm gonna have to modify that one.
Yeah. you know the Model 3. It's kind of going at that, but it's got the SUV aspect with it as well. That means it's 7 seats. If you
but
get
too many screens, Ali.
Yeah, it is, Ali.
It's putting me off thinking about it.
All I'd be doing is cleaning the screens.
Yeah,
after you've put mustard fingers.
Yeah, and I'll take the ketchup off.
Yeah.
And the ghee.
Yeah.
But Uncle Abu,
Yeah.
one other thing I could say about it, you know what fixed that problem?
Go on.
Touchscreen gloves.
Touchscreen gloves. You stick with the gloves.
And in fact, you know what? All these manufacturers should give you their own versions of gloves when you drive the car. Branded ones.
Purple touchscreen gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Sandero written across there.
Yeah, because that's going to be your first car. I know how much you love the Dacia Sandero.
No, it's Dacia Sandero RS.
Wow.
Is there one?
Yeah, definitely.
No.
It's like 2 brake horsepower faster.
You're making it up.
No. I swear.
We're going to put mud flaps on it.
Anyway,
well, I'm sorry, Ali. Have you got one more you can squeeze in?
Yeah. So this is latest news. Came out around 6 hours ago, and you know the Zagato collection made by Aston Martin.
Yes.
So it's like top of the range models of Aston Martin cars. So this one's the Aston Martin DBS GT Zagato.
Wow.
So it comes with 760 brake horsepower with a potent turbocharged 5.2 litre V12, which is very, very good.
Bro, can you imagine that? Wow.
But the look of it is actually better than the engine, which is very hard to say. So it's Supernova Red, that's what the colour is called, all over the car. But it made its debut with satin black and gold wheels, which are 3D printed.
Yes, I saw that, and it's an epic looking car.
It is an epic
looking
car.
That is absolutely crazy. Ali, thank you so much.
That's right.
I genuinely learned a lot there today. I suppose the most important lesson is never bring you on air again.
And touchscreen gloves.
Yeah, and touchscreen gloves.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Sadly, that is about all the time we've got, brothers and son, unfortunately.
All right, uncle.
Thanks. I'm your uncle now, am I? Yeah. Okay, that's how it's going to go. This has been Geared Up on Salam Radio here in Peterborough. And, of course, thanks for listening in Luton, Inspire FM 105.1. We hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have. And we'll be back with you next month, 1st of November, inshallah. Please stay tuned to Salam Radio. Stay blessed. Stay safe on the roads. And stay tuned to Sunday on Salam Radio. We've got Nurul Quran at 2 o'clock, Salam Sports at 3, inshallah. So plenty to stay tuned for, and keep your ears peeled for exciting news to come, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change. Because nothing gets mileage like a charity. Just a little change turns into a chain. And before we know it, the results are massive. So give a little to make a big difference. For donations, call now. UKIM 0207 387 2157.
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident Specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11